Welcome to Tiger Talks Wrestling. I am your host, Tony, and today my guest is from DBW, headhunter Stryker.
Uh, I never thought I'd. Well, I mean, I knew I'd be on there here, but not this soon.
Not this soon. Hey, but you're here. We got a couple people in the chat section too. I see. Uh, say hello to J Joker Designs and Rick Rios, both in the chat section at the moment.
Yo, Rick is a cool dude, and from what I hear, J Joker Designs is a pretty cool dude. His designs are awesome.
Yeah. Any designs you see on Tiger Talks Wrestling YouTube page, that's who made them. So
Oh, that's dope.
it is. So let's jump right into this podcast. What first got you started in backyard wrestling? What made you decide you wanted to do it?
Oh, geez, this question right off the bat. At first, it was just me. You people know him as Victor Van Pelt, but I know him by his actual name. So me and Bryce, he used to go by Bryce too, but me and Bryce used to hang out all the time. And when we hung out all the time, we used to just be like, "Yo, let's wrestle," like as a joke, because like we used to hang out and stuff, like I said. And we used to get the mattress or whatever it was, couch cushions or something, and we'd make videos of it, and we'd be doing it for fun. And then we were doing that. He moved, so we started doing it on the flat ground without any couch cushions. Suplexes didn't feel too good on that.
I would
But
imagine.
and then we got onto a trampoline, my cousin's trampoline. We did one video there, maybe two, maybe two. We went back to the flat ground, and that adjustment sucked. And then we went back to a trampoline, which is actually up the road from me. We did that, and then we went back to the flat ground. In other words, and then as we were staying on the flat ground for a little bit, we all got used to it, and uh, then we got hit up by, I think WBW was the first ones to actually contact Bryce.
Okay.
So we were contacted by WBW. It was better than the flat ground, but it still sucked.
Yeah.
And then DBW happened the first time around, technically, about a year ago, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say about a year, maybe a year and a half ago. They contacted us, and I went by a lot of names.
Yeah.
I went by the Machine then,
Right.
and then we got to WB or DBW. Sorry, not WBW. We got to DBW. I was in a tag team with. God, I hate saying this. I was in a tag team with Jay Rollins.
Alrighty.
I don't like talking about this, mainly because like what happened when the ECW came back and we got into the professional ring.
Yeah.
Lift him, and he was bigger than me at the time, so it kind of sucked.
Yeah.
So basically, we got that ring. We got we led up to where we're just about at now. So within the year time, I've actually progressed a lot, according to people. I think I'm still shit sometimes, but sometimes I impress myself.
Let you go on from there, but first I want to mention the comment section. Cassandra Cross is in, says Stryker. Uh, J Joker said, flat ground, you guys are brave for sure. Scares the hell out of me. Yankee says he looks like he's fallen off the spectrum.
Who?
You
How do
says
I look like I'm falling off the spectrum? Because I have different multiple colors on.
it could be. Yankee says the Machine LMAO, Pat Hardy.
Oh my god, that mistake.
And J Joker says Stryker is one tough dude for sure. Man can wipe out a spectrum for sure. At least it wasn't the amazing Nate Rollins as your tag partner.
uh, there's another Rollins out there?
Yeah, there you are.
Oh no.
And J
Okay.
Joker says you're still growing as a star, brother Stryker.
Yeah, I'm like I can see like that I've gotten better over time. It doesn't like make sense in my head on how.
Right.
Like the way things go, like people normally would like go through training and stuff. I mean, yeah, we all oh shit. Fucks up.
Still hearing it.
So, yeah, we still hear me, but we couldn't see me for a minute.
Yep.
So, fuck, I forgot where I was at. That is the most embarrassing fucking thing.
That's okay. You'll get back to it. As you're thinking about it, Casey James says, Stryker, you wrinkly bitch.
This son of a bitch. Casey James, you chubby coon.
And J Joker says, there is another Rollins, and it's dot dot dot. Unfortunate.
Man. I can't remember what I was saying, but like the Pat Hardy thing, that was the worst mistake in my life.
Yeah.
Never do that again. And the funny thing is, like, I cut my hair because they were all telling me to cut my hair because I had some pretty long hair. Like, cut
Uh-huh.
your hair like Jeff's and then do the Matt thing. I'm like, why? And then Bryce dared me to do it. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Might as well. Because I didn't think I was going to get this big or get out there like I am.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck it, dare. I'll have that shit stayed on my career. Back then, because I didn't care. Now, oh my God, I hate myself. If I can go back in time, I'd punch myself right in the mouth. Uh, God damn it.
So I'll go with the chats still. I got my own questions we'll get to, and topics we'll touch on. But Yankee says Stryker used to be a stripper with blue hair and a taste for Shaba, and wants me to ask you about the time you teamed up with a woman to try to wrestle Yankee.
Uh, Yankee, you son of a bitch. All right. So, what was her name? Shiva? I can't remember. But, yeah, because I think the episode before this, I wrestled her and we were having a feud at the time over, only God knows what. And so we were forced to tag. I think it was Yankee and Johnny. I'm not too sure. And like I remember like bits and pieces of that match, but I do remember the part where Johnny super kicked the fuck out of my teeth. Ow.
Maybe hard to remember.
I physically remember that because I think about it time to time, and I'm like, I'm glad that happened, but now I'm not.
Yeah. Yankee says her name was Shiva, Sheva, and that he fucked that bitch up.
Oh my god. He hit her with. He has like the softest cannonball. No, no. He has like a medium feeling cannonball. And like he wailed her so hard, like her earring popped out.
Ooh.
I was like, what? And she's bleeding from her ear, and I'm like, yo, what happened? She's like, my earring fell out. I'm like, dude, why? How? It's like Yankee kicked my earring out. I was like, oh shit. All right. I don't want to take a cannonball from him. And then
Yeah.
come around the triple threat with me, him, and Samael. I actually got hit with the cannonball, and it wasn't too bad. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Samael being upside down, he kind of got pushed into my groin, sucked.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Speaking of Samael, he is in the chat room now as well. Says, so Stryker, how is trying to roll away from Shadow Grim?
That was painful. That was so painful. That uh, ow. Navon, that son of a bitch, he put me up against Felix.
Yep.
Or fucking Shadowgrim. Fuck. He put me up against him, and I'm just like, you shisty motherfucker. Oh.
Yeah. After that, got a couple more things here real quick before I get into the next topic. Just J Joker says, Stryker brother, I love you, but did it hurt getting your legs from a sea witch?
Wait, what?
J Joker says, Stryker brother, I love you, but did it hurt getting your legs from a sea witch?
I'm trying to think of what that means.
We'll see if he mentions. He also put Navine will put anyone that he feels like up against Shadowgrim.
Is that what Navon said?
No, J Joker said that. Navine's not in the chat room.
I was about to say, if Navon said that, that son of a bitch has another thing coming to him.
Yankee says that he busted that bitch open and he's a fucking savage.
That, yeah, oh my god, yeah, he is.
That's what I thought. J Joker says it was a Little Mermaid Ariel joke, brother.
That's not going to get old. That's not going to get old at all.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So
All right.
let them keep going. I'm going to move into the next part. Who were some of your influences growing up pro wrestling wise?
Pro wrestling wise,
Or sports entertainment or
I
whatever you want to call it. I'm still calling it pro wrestling.
I'd say
Yes.
like Batista, John Cena, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy a little bit of Shawn Michaels. I remember watching a Shelton Benjamin match when I was like 7-ish, maybe. And then obviously the Big Show and Kane. I remember watching them as a child. And then like I stopped watching wrestling for a bit. I started watching it again maybe about I was maybe about 11 years old, maybe 11, 13, but in between there somewhere.
Yes.
And then I got the Roman Reigns influence, the Shield influence. Wait, no. Yeah, I was 13 because the way my birthday falls, it's weird. So, like, the Shield and stuff came in and they cleaned fucking house. And I remember watching it, I was just like, oh my God,
All right.
this is brutal.
Definitely. Can't say
But
anybody
yeah,
ever has made an impact like the Shield did when they first debuted. So
yeah. But I have influences like somewhat from the backyard.
yeah.
Definitely one of the biggest influences of mine from one of the backyard is because it was Big Time Mike,
Can't go wrong.
Cam. So basically the FTC.
Yeah.
I think I remember watching Navon and Yankee. Because my backyard influence didn't start until like 2015, 2016.
Gotcha.
So that's when my backyard influence started. And like um I believe I want to say Dirty DeChico. I want to say Dirty DeChico was one of them.
Hey,
I'm
wrong with
not too sure. I can't really remember that. But I remember specifically looking at Big Time Mike, and I was like, I want to be like him one day. And like, I remember saying this, and I was like, I want to be like him one day. Because Mike at the time, he was just a fucking monster, in other words. Like, from what I seen, anyways, or what I can remember.
that.
But then, like, now, like, the way Cage is, like, Cage somewhat came in the picture a little bit later, like when Cameron and him faced off. I watched the promo package. Just was like, who is this guy? And then like I watched a bit of it, D3, and I'm just like, dude, this is so cool. I want to be in this one day. So I started doing like I started training myself at home somewhat, kind of like to get myself the mentality to do it more and to remember it better,
Yeah,
snap into the mindset.
nice.
So yeah, that's my influences actually.
So, did you ever really watch any backyard wrestling before you got involved in it?
Um, Before I got like into it, I watched. Oh shit, what did I watch? I remember watching something. It was like I think it might have been VTW, or it might have been the one company up in Canada somewhere. I can't remember the name of it. But like
Gotcha.
they don't use a ring at all. They to this day I think they still use flat ground.
Ouch.
And like I remember watching it and I was just like, this is some brutal shit. Like, dang. Feels to take a bump on the flat ground, but god damn. Like they're doing like brain busters and other stuff. I'm just like, dude, that's crazy.
Right. Moving on from that, let's go. Let's talk about a few matches that I had you send to me to talk about. Let's start with the first one from WCW as you or WBW, sorry, as you were mentioning. When you were the Machine against James Rush, what was that match like for you?
That match, we honestly, we were just there and we wrestled. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I obviously at the time was the better wrestler if you look at me then to now.
Yeah.
And if you look at him then, like he was the better wrestler. And I was just like, all right, I'm gonna wrestle you. And I think that's the one where he kicked my
Yeah.
like he did that spinning kick to my fucking face. Yeah,
Mhm.
that I remember that. That didn't feel too good.
It didn't look like it.
Like they did slow motion and everything, and I tried preventing it from hitting my face, and it wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Because back then I didn't like stuff hit me in the face, or else I'd get pissed off and just start beating the shit out of people. But now I'm more. I don't care if you hit me in the face. You can apologize after the match. I'm not going to do anything.
Right.
But back then I was like more, oh, I'm gonna fuck you up now and shit. So that came to be about. And if there's any kids watching this, I am now saying I am sorry for all the language.
Yeah, if they got a problem with it, too bad. Sorry, but I never said this show was PG.
Touche.
Sometimes it's out. Um, what was your experience like altogether when you were in WBW? Would you say
Um,
would remember
I,
forever, or something you'd like to forget in the long run?
we'll put it this way: I enjoyed my time there, but I won't. I most likely will never go back.
Gotcha.
Uh-uh. No, not because the memory there. I'm just like, no. because that ring had two ropes that were legitimate ropes with duct tape on them. Wooden poles that the one was broken
Hmm.
from me taking a bump in the corner. I broke it. And then what they called the canvas, that was literally just wood with tires underneath it.
Oh wow.
And the tires weren't even to the point where they can give you a bounce. They were sideways. So they give you absolutely no bounce. So you didn't take all the impact. And what they had for because they put padding on it, and the padding was legit carpets that were maybe about this thin.
Ooh.
And I'm just like, ow.
Well,
I
yeah.
remember getting the wind knocked out of me all the time. It sucked. So yes, I would like to forget that place.
Gotcha. Uh, got a couple comments in the chat section. Go start with this one. Jay Joker says, "What is your favorite curse word, brother Stryker?"
Oh, my favorite cuss word has to be fuck because I can insult someone in a million fucking ways.
You. Samael says to ask you about being the cross-eyed crusader.
That fucking dick. All right, so I don't wear these glasses for fancy reasons. I have astigmatism, which is in other words a lazy eye. So it corrects it when I'm not focusing. It'll correct it automatically. But when I take them off, I get tired or something. My eye. Some people can't this, but some people can't tell whether I'm looking north, south, east, or west.
Pew!
And he's actually said that to me, and I was like, dude, oh my god, that's great. I laugh about it all the time. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter to me. I just laugh about it because I know I have a lazy eye, and people tell me, and I'll correct it. Every time someone mentions it, I'll correct it all the time.
Right.
So it's just there. I'll fix it when I get told about it.
And Samael also said, "You won't go back to WBW because every time you try, every other week, they talk you out of it."
I'm not even trying to go back. From what I hear, the guy that owns it, Joe Tattersall, is trying to get uh, the Diamond of the industry to take over.
Hmm.
But from what the Diamond is saying, he's only going to take over if they meet up to his standards, which is definitely padding. Because I
Yeah.
looked at him, I was like, dude, I might not even step in there, nor at all. Because somewhat WBW is the worst place ever, and some people view it as cancerous, and I'm just like, I'm gonna avoid that now because that can affect my career, and I'm just like, no.
Yeah. Cassandra says, "Look straight for once," and wants me to ask you about Mary Mayhem, which we'll get into in a little bit. I do plan on asking about that. And Rick the Ref, Rick Forsey, says, "Never doubt yourself about what you can do and can't do, bud. You came a long way from when you first started. So keep going strong."
That actually that's funny hearing from him because I actually I've known him since I was I want to say since I was 5, since I first moved to the town I live in,
Yeah.
and I've known him since then. And to hear him say that, it's funny because I've never heard him say that to me.
Gotcha. But I know how he feels. Still might not have heard it from his mouth. He heard it from mine, but still.
Yeah.
Jay Joker says, "Stryker, would you compete under the name Smiggy Balls?"
I'm trying to keep a straight face. Was that Smiggy Balls?
That's what J Joker said. Speedy balls.
No, I would not. I I
Okay.
I would not. Maybe a secondary. No, no, I can't even say that. No, I wouldn't.
All right. So let's move along. Eastern Chaos Wrestling. What was that experience like, would you say, for you that eventually would come Keystone Wrestling Alliance, of course?
Um, I loved it there, dude. That was like that was the home fed at one point in time, and
Yeah.
I shit. I was there like most of my BYW career. I'm just like, it's gone. I've come to terms with it that it's dead. It might not come back anymore. I've come to terms with it, and it sucks, but shit happens. Like a lot of shit happens,
Right.
like ropes being stolen.
Uh huh.
That that ma- Here's the thing that pissed me off, because I think it was me, Samuel, and Bryce were hanging out, and we were just there. And they don't even tell me this until I get there. They're like, the ropes are gone. I'm like, what do you mean the ropes are gone?
Nice.
Texting me or something like that. I was like, what do you
Uh,
mean the ropes are gone? How are the ropes gone? Someone stole the ropes. I'm like, who the fuck would steal wrestling ring ropes?
right.
Because, like, who the fuck would steal ropes? Like, uh, it's just a fucked up situation that happened.
Yeah.
And I've said that word maybe about 50 times now.
That's okay. Uh, what would you say if your experience? You were in a couple different factions in ECW/KWA. Uh, so what would you say? Let's first talk about time you were in. I believe it was called Children of Fire.
Oh, no, I was not in the Children of
Or not in
Fire.
Children of Fire. Sorry, you're right. The group was Hellhound, anyways. I'm getting
The
my names.
Pack?
Is that?
That's what it was called. It was called The Pack. It was me,
Yeah.
Hellhound, and Paul Peterson. When Paul Peterson came down, that's the three of us. Um,
You know, something somebody else said got me thinking of that.
it was nice. It was nice for a time being. But then
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, this has to stop. Not going anywhere. It needs to just stop. So
Yeah.
then we ended that, and then I went tag teaming with the Diamond.
Right, which we'll get into in a moment. But uh, Sam Hale mentions, since we were talking about that, him and Dilvan ripped your pants once in ECW.
Fucking dickheads. Yeah, they did. I think, what was that? I don't know. They grabbed both my legs and they ripped my legs apart, and my pants ripped down the middle. I think that's the time they're thinking of,
Could be.
because there was a point in time where I wore baggy pants, or I'd wear jeans and just leggings if I can find any. Like I just grab anything I can wear basically. Until to a point in time where I actually got my tights and my actual gear.
Yeah.
So that happened.
I'll get into Casey's question in a minute. But first, before we move in further, another match that you sent me that I do want to discuss because I watched it and we have to. You and Victor Van Pelt.
That match.
That match where you got your ass handed to you by Victor, to be honest. But there was one moment
Yeah.
that stuck out, I'm sure, in many people's minds when they see that match. Why the
Yeah.
hell did you kiss Victor?
It was open. He was there. It was just like, you know what? Fuck you. And I did it. I'm not happy about it, but I did it.
Okay.
I thought maybe it'd throw him off enough just to get the win.
So what did you think of that match and that experience overall? Anyway.
Oh, that was the weirdest experience in my life. We'll just say that.
Okay. But it did lead into something big for him, anyways, off of that.
Yeah.
Uh, so Casey James asks, how did you get the nickname Sexual Milk?
This son of a bitch, I never got that nickname. I have never gotten that nickname at all. I don't know where he gets his stuff from, man. He comes out of nowhere with it too.
I believe that. Anybody else
Oh,
says you love that makeout session?
I hated it every second of it.
So yeah, what was the experience like going from facing him to being teammates with Victor Van Pelt in KWA,
Well,
ECW?
I it wasn't a bad experience. We'll put it that way. And it wasn't necessarily like a. It was like the middle. Like at the time, it was a good experience, but now that I look at it, it's like an okay experiment. Yeah, experiment. Listen to me. Experience.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't really put any words to it. Casey kind of threw me off.
Oh, you think it threw you off already? He had more to it, so.
Oh god.
But before I get into it, that was kind of a, from what we've seen on screen anyway, it seemed like a kind of a short-lived alliance between you and Victor. That, in I believe it was one of the first episodes of KWA, you actually turned on Victor, or
Oh yeah, and I loved every second of it.
that you did.
I bet you he loved the taste of Shoe Leather Express.
Maybe, maybe not. But I'll get into this real quick. Casey says he's the sexual milk of BYW, and to ask you about Christmas morning. So, what about Christmas morning?
Mm. Mm. Okay, so I can't remember who was all in the car, but I know it was me, Casey, Samael, Romig, and I think Victor at the time. It might not have been. Oh, this is so weird to talk about. They're like, they're like telling me, no, Casey was looking at me. He's like, make my face look like Christmas morning. And I just looked at him. I went, what? And he's like, do it. And I'm like, no, do that. And then we got onto the highway and we were arguing about it at this point in time. He's like, I will stop this car and make you make my face look like Christmas morning. And this highway was empty. And I had no idea about it. He
Mm-hmm.
stopped the car and I go, oh shit. And and then I turned around, I was like, there's no cars on this. What the hell? This is a highway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically how Christmas morning, that's the story about that.
Okay.
The sexual milk of BYW, I don't know how that came about.
All right. Jay Joker puts to it, sexual milk, Smiggy Balls, is world championship material.
Y'all are just trying to get me to laugh now, huh?
They are. What's new, though? So, who
Yeah.
would you say was your favorite person to work with in your time in ECW and KWA, whether it was going against or teaming with?
Um well, at the time Casey James was Phoenix
Right.
and I was like petrified of him. And like mainly because like the tag team match with me MP3 versus I believe it was him and Victor at the time.
Hmm.
I believe they were a tag team, but Victor went by another name. Or the Psycho Clown something something, I don't know. But shit. Uh Last where I was, oh yeah. And he kicked MP3 had his arms tied up in the ropes.
Uh-huh.
And he super kicked the fuck out of his face. And I seen that, I went on camera and I just looked at him. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not getting kicked by you. I don't want to be in the ring with you. And then he gave me another reason to be afraid of him because when it came back to headbutts, he hit me with a headbutt and I headbutted him back. And like these weren't like headbutts you'd normally see. These were like forehead to forehead headbutts. And
Right.
he hit me once and I repeatedly did it. And then the last one I went to go down with, he shot up. His forehead hit mine and I was like dazed. I was just laying on the ground. I was like, can this just end already? Like I had enough of that match. I was like, I'm done. I don't want to do anymore.
Gotcha. Uh, UWF New York is in the chat room. I'm betting that's probably Scorpion, but I could be wrong on
Most
that.
likely.
Says, hope your neck is fully healed. I don't want any excuses next time we meet.
Oh, you got it, you son of a bitch. I'll put your head on a pike.
Then Rick the Ref says, you are so better on your own. You don't need to be in any factions. I mean, look, when you first started, yes, you try to do new things, but then look where you're at today for how far you went by yourself.
I mean, true. I mean, I didn't go like far, like by myself, but I went pretty far by myself.
And before I move into the next company and topic, Samael says to ask you about the time you had a bottle in your mouth in a hotel.
This son of a bitch. All right, so we were all at this hotel. I believe it was Atlas, Ustalo, me, Romig, because me and Romig traveled together
Right.
on this trip, and then Casey and Samael. And I was so tired because I was already up for like 38 hours. And so like I placed my head down and I was out like a light and I didn't even realize I'd like passed out.
Mm-hmm.
And we had Mountain Dew bottles in the room because the Bullet was in the same hotel and he brought by Mountain Dew. So I was like, oh, cool. So then Samael like takes an empty bottle. And I'm sleeping, I think, with my like mouth semi open.
Uh-huh.
And he puts the bottle on my lip and cracks me in the tooth with it.
Nice.
And that's how I woke up. I went, dude, I haven't slept. Just let me sleep. But
Right.
before that happened with me, Romig, oh hellhound, had Atlas messing with him. No, he had Timey Dong messing him with him. We'll put it that way. Timey
Okay.
Dong would be a great addition to the show, by the way.
Oh Lord. Don't get me
But
started.
but Timey Dong was messing with him, and Timey Dong had a toothbrush and was rubbing it all over his face, and it was one of those motorized toothbrushes. So he was rubbing it all over his face, his eyebrow, his nose, um, his mouth, like his like right here on his lower lip,
Mm-hmm.
and then proceeded to go into his mouth. And then he woke up and said, "What the fuck, guys? I lost my shit. I lost it." And then I passed out after that, which
Right.
that's how I don't understand how I passed out because like I was laughing so hard.
Yeah. Samael says the video will be posted on the BYW meme page.
Oh my god! Please, I that video was funny. Please, that video was hilarious.
J Joker says Scorpion versus Stryker. Reminds me of the good old Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 days on Sega Genesis. To which Scorpion says, Joker, I'll finish him. I'll show all the Headhunter can't last versus me.
Yeah, that's why his head blew out in the middle of the one match we had. All right. Um, the whole thing about the dive, because I don't know, like part two is up, but I have um I have done what I've been wanting to do for the longest time. I'm trying to fix my cord in my headphones real quick. That's why you can see me.
It's all good.
But I want to go do a dive over the top,
Mm-hmm.
like stuff you normally wouldn't see me do. And
Right.
like my feet caught, and I spiked myself off the concrete at DVW.
Uh-huh.
And like that's where the whole like broken neck thing comes in, because
Yeah.
it looked like I broke my neck. Like everyone's like, "Yo, you all right?" I was like, "Dude, just my neck is sore. That's it. It's not broken. I'm good."
Right. So before we move on, is there anything else you wanted to mention or say about your time in ECW KWA before I move to another company?
Um, for like the episode or two we had in KWA,
Mm-hmm.
I liked it there, but at the same time, it just felt like ECW. So I was like, "All right, we're cool." It
Yeah.
just felt weird by going by a different name for after going for ECW for how many years.
Right.
And
Al says you were just trying to be like them spot monkeys.
I was not. Oh my god. This child, I swear.
So let's move on to Proving Ground. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Oh, TJ, you keep ducking me, you son of a bitch.
Hey, we're going to get into that too. Because as the match you sent me that you wanted me to watch or rewatch, because I had watched it the first time it was out, was your match with Hellhound, actually. Um, a match which you dominated pretty much the entire match until the end,
Yeah.
where TJ came out to distract you long enough for Hellhound to roll you up and get that win.
Hmm. That son of a bitch. It costed me my win.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was gonna win, and I was toying around with Romig, which I shouldn't have been.
True.
And then TJ comes out and he distracts me like, dude, I understand you want to flaunt your shit, but don't flaunt your shit in my match.
Right?
Like, fuck. Like I
Yeah,
said
well,
on the beginning of the episode, fuck you. Like, you 6'4" giant son of a bitch.
he did get a little bit of a receipt from you after the match, too. So,
Oh yeah, I know he did. I bet you he likes the taste of ring post.
oh, yeah, I'm sure. He enjoyed that. Same way else says, child, I'm older than you.
Son of a bitch. Touche. Touche.
So, what would you say of your experience so far on Proving Ground?
Well, well,
Well, well, well.
if TJ would quit ducking me, that'd be nice.
Right?
That'd be real nice. So I can get other business forward.
Yeah.
Maybe the title.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that would be around my waist if he quit ducking me. Because right now I'm getting a little hated by him.
Yeah.
Mm.
You can kind of tell, and I don't blame you.
He keeps ducking me, man. Like it's starting to get under my skin.
And just as long as you don't let it get too far under, because that might be his game plan.
You may be right about that.
Wouldn't put it past TJ. But besides TJ, who else? We've seen so many guys debut in Proving Ground lately. Who else would you say you've got your eye on that you've been watching closely on Proving Ground?
Who I've got my eye on?
Yeah.
I want to say I got my eye on Jay Genocide.
Mm.
Because you don't know what the hell is going up underneath him. I have to watch
True.
my back around him
Yeah,
in general.
I believe that. He seems like a
Crazy motherfucker.
different cat. And I'm sure now they've reposted episode 5, and I'm sure the pay per view will be coming up here soon from Proving Ground. So let's move away from that. People being quiet in the chat room, so getting along to this a little bit quicker. Let's talk about your time in DBW. What was it like the
Wait,
first time you stepped into the DBW arena?
the first time as the Machine or the first time as Stryker?
Let's go with that Stryker.
I loved it. It was awesome. Like I got thrown into a title match my first day there. I was like, oh, they appreciate me. All right, we'll do this.
Right?
And I ended up losing.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. And then I got thrown into another title match for the same title.
Right.
It went Primal Origins and Blaze of Glory, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool. We're going to do this. And I'm going to get this title this time. Nope. I lost again. And then it came down. Oh, I know. It was like a number one contender spot for the Anarchy Championship. The second time, I believe. Yeah,
Okay.
because that was Blaze of Glory. Yeah. It was a number one contender shot for the title. I am sorry about that.
That's
And
all
I lost again. Still, I lost.
right.
And then, we have dabbing Jay Rollins at Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
Was not happy about that. That fucking crack baby. I swear to God.
So we know how you feel on Jay Rollins. Gotcha.
Oh, that's just the tip of the iceberg. If you actually want to hear what I had said, I don't know if they cut it out. I'm not too sure in the editing, but I said a lot of shit about Jay.
Did you?
We'll just say he's a crack baby that came from the prostitution house of his mama's ass crack.
Mm.
We'll just say that for now.
And same as Yellow says, not to believe you. You asked for that match.
I asked for that match so I can beat his ass. Because he pissed me off in that fatal four-way match for the number one contender shot for the Anarchy Championship.
Let's move on from there to the match. An amazing match that you were involved in with Samael and Yankee at Danger Zone this last year. Triple Threat Falls Count Anywhere match.
My poor face. My poor face. Fuck you, Sam I Am. Go cook me some green eggs and fucking ham. God, fucking. Oh, my poor face. Steel chairs and skulls do not go well together. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, that's got to be true.
But that cannonball that Yankee gave us.
Yes.
It hurt my nuts. We'll put it that way. And it wasn't from Yankee's impact. It was from
Right,
Yankee hitting Samael's legs, which then impacted me.
right.
It sucked. I won't even lie.
So what was it like for you during that match when you guys went out and were brawling outside the building as well?
Oh, yeah. That I was fine with it. I was just like, I don't want to take any bumps outside, dude. That's too much. Cause like you know how you've seen the video. It's like the concrete driveway or pathway,
Hmm.
and then it's the grass field. I thought we were doing it on the concrete pathway. I was like, oh, this isn't gonna be good.
Right.
And the one thing that happened on the concrete pathway was Sammy decided to double stomp a chair into me and not only crush my chest as well.
Yeah. Youchie.
Hmm.
I can't talk about that match without mentioning Samael actually hitting a Canadian destroyer on Yankee.
I looked over and went, "What the fuck?"
Right?
And I was like, "Okay, there's no way." I knew there wasn't going to be a kick out because that's a Canadian fucking destroyer on the flat ground. And
Right.
I'm just like, "This up." So I stomped him in the ass, not meaning to, but I stomped his ass
Yeah.
legitimately. And it just happened that way. And I was like, all right, we'll roll with it. I
Yeah.
broke up the pin.
Did. In the end, it would actually be you getting pinned by Yankee to end the match. What was your overall opinion of that match once it was all said and done?
That match actually, I want to say that match set my career. It started boosting my career, I should say.
Mhm.
Yankee actually, he's helped me out quite a bit with some things, like outside of the ring and stuff. Like, he's a chill guy.
Yeah, he is. And what was your thoughts of what happened after the match when that was revealed that Samael joined the Murder Club?
I had I had no idea actually that was happening. And then it happened and I went, fuck, another one.
Right?
Because there's Yankee. From what I can remember of the MC, there's Yankee, there's Rick, there's KC, now Samael, and Adam Anderson somehow.
Yep.
From what I can remember exactly. I think there's a little bit more
There's
than
quite a
I
bit
can
more.
remember. But damn. And I was
Right.
just like, dude, not another one. I'm gonna get my ass handed to me all the time now
Right?
because they have numbers game. I don't. I'm singular.
Yeah. So we move on from there. They asked about it earlier. Your girlfriend did, and I'm assuming that's what she is, anyways. It's girlfriend. But let's talk about your match from Mary Mayhem with Mr. Judgment.
That match. Yes, I have brought in my lady out to the ring, and that was the first time she went. And my match with Judgment, oh my god, I have never been tossed around like a rag doll more than that match. Like I felt
Yeah.
like I was being thrown around, and I was like, this has never happened. I'm really excited for this, but I'm in pain at the same time.
Right?
So I was just like, ow, but I'm excited.
Yeah.
And I had all this adrenaline running through me. And I will say the double stomp I gave Judgment was probably the most douchebag thing I've done in a long time. Because not only did I stomp him, I stood there for a clear second and stepped off.
Oh. And speaking of, Mr. Judgment is in the chat room and says that was a great match.
That I give credit to the old man. That was great. Until
And
he
you'll
hit me in
sit.
the throat with my finish, the
Yeah,
decapitator. I found out
he
why
did say,
that move. Well, I found out why, legitimately, on why I named it that. It
yeah,
felt like my head was gone.
gotcha. Gentleman said, "You did escape with your soul, you lucky bastard."
Oh yes, I did. And you luckily escaped with your head, but you're missing something when you smile.
Yeah, I would say it was a very good match. I mentioned on Twitter, and I'll say it here. I thought it was a little bit long, but that's
I
just
mean,
me.
yeah, that was long. I have to say so myself.
But you guys both
Like we,
had good spots in the match, so
yeah. Like honestly, if that match had no rules at all, I
mhm.
feel like I would have been on top. But definitely probably would have went through a couple chairs and ladders, the both of us, if there was no rules.
Right. So
But
on the topic of DBW and Judgment, since we were mentioning him and your match you had with him, Mr. Judgment, of course, being the leader or forefront of the New Brotherhood, and we just seen recently on Twitter that Paradox is calling it a career. What was your opinion when you seen that?
honestly, I was upset when I seen that, and I was like, because I remember being in his position. Like I remember before Casey wanted to come in, and before Samael showed up, we just got the ring, and I felt like I wasn't good enough to do anything like with wrestling anymore. And like I wanted a typical guy. I wanted to do like auto mechanics with my life or something like that. Obviously, that's changed now.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do auto mechanics, and I was like, I'm gonna do all this car stuff, and I'm gonna stop wrestling, and I'm gonna go to a good school for it and everything. And then I was like, you know what? Because what actually happened is I believe, if I'm correct, it was Biddy 2 around the time. No, because Casey James that was there, and Samael didn't come until like September ish, and I think Biddy 2 was around the time. So I know Samael wasn't there when I was thinking about quitting,
Yeah.
but Casey James was in and out, I'd like to say. But I thought about quitting for a little bit, and I watched like at the time it was like an old-ish kind of video. But Biddy 2, wait, I can't even get my. I remember watching Biddy 2, and that's what changed my mind
Mm-hmm.
because I remember watching Mike and his opponent, Drew and his opponent. I think Drew and Cam wrestled each other that
We
one,
did
didn't
main
they?
event.
Yeah, and I remember watching them two go off at it. I was like, that's that's dope. Like I want to be like this cool one day because I seen that they had like a shit ton of subscribers
Right.
and like they have even more now. And I'm just like, I want to be this fucking cool. Like, what the fuck, man? Why aren't I able to be this cool? Like, this is fucking awesome shit. I want to be able to
Yeah.
do this crazy shit. And like, I meet Cam, Navon, and them.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, I never thought I'd actually like meet Drew because I remember meeting Drew with think I want to say King of the Yard took place, but it was PG episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember meeting Drew, Nick Somas. I met Rick again because Rick came down to KWA ECW once.
Yeah.
I seen Johnny. Like the guys were regular. came to KWA, but then I met new people. I met Dustin for the first time there. That changed my mind a lot.
Oh yeah.
And I remember meeting all of them. I was like, dude, this is awesome. I had never thought I'd meet these people in my life. And
Right.
the fact that they all come together in only like one spot or two spots or three spots just to like wrestle and stuff, I'm like, dude, I want to do this. I want to be a part of this. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. Miss Judgment does ask, "Are you ready for Total Domination 3?"
Total Domination 3. Like I said about the VTW reunion, I'm gonna make Total Domination 3 my bitch.
I think that's a yes. Uh, yeah, all the best to Paradox and whatever he decides to do. Just wanted to bring that up
Oh
since we were
yeah,
talking about
yeah,
who.
dude. Paradox, he's a pretty cool guy outside of the ring. Like I remember talking to him a couple of times.
So, what do you say your future looks like as it comes to Proving Ground and BBW going forward?
Um, from what I'm seeing, I believe my future is bright. I have no idea yet, but it's most likely going to be a golden 2018 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm worthy to do some cool stuff, and I feel like I'm worthy that I can hand out ass whippings like I used to. So
Action.
I'm gonna start doing that shit again.
All right. So, building off of that, Mr. Judgment does ask, what are your goals for 2018?
If you have not seen my goals on Twitter, old man, where have you been? I have had 8 goals. One of them just got scratched off today. Actually, about what, half hour ago?
An hour ago.
An hour ago. It got scratched off an hour ago. And that was number 8 because I forgot about it. Number 1, that is a working progress until 2019 because number 1 was hoping that I don't break my fucking neck. And I forget the rest of them. But I know this was number 8.
Gotcha.
And this is off my bucket list.
There you go. All right. Kind of touched on it a little bit. Sam and Al brought it up, but one of the most recent things we've seen you in was your debut in NUW against Shadow Grim. What was that? Not with partaking what happened at the end of the match, but what was the rest of that match like for you?
It was a very, I'd like to say, a hard hitting match.
Yeah.
I have never wrestled a man that can pick me up vertically. Well, I have, but I'm saying like completely vertically
Mm-hmm.
and then taking me down with a suplex. I'm just like, all right, all right. This needs to stop. And I tried taking over, and then the, the swanton on my back happened. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you, Navon, for booking me against you son of a bitch. I will put your head on a pike next time I see you.
Now build off of that a little bit in a minute. Mr. Judgment does say you will be in the number one contender championship battle royal with 9 other men at Total Domination.
Well, I hope them 9 other men are ready because something big's coming. Because I'm probably going to be the biggest one in that rumble.
Well, wait.
So get prepared to hear in 2018 your new number one contender champion, Stryker. Get prepared for it, Judgment. because no gold this year besides those puny titles of yours are going to the New Brotherhood.
Interesting brotherhood he's got there right now too. Uh, as you mentioned earlier, Adam Anderson did turn his back on the Murder Club to join the New Brotherhood. So.
Yeah, the walking skeleton, kind of the biggest group there is. You idiot. Who put it that way?
Right.
Because they they're so there's like I want to say a good handful of them,
mm-hmm.
and then now three of the New Brotherhood. Three.
Right.
And one's a walking skeleton, one's a neutered puppy, and the other one's the old man that barks at his hand.
That's the way you could put it, yes, I suppose.
So you have three with a handful. That doesn't go well. And the skeleton just walked out of his closet and decided that he was going to join the New Brotherhood. That wasn't smart.
Which, of course, just mentions my brotherhood will cleanse this world of all impurities.
Mm. Did you clear your impurity later on or earlier on? I can't speak for the life of me today. Shit.
He says, you shut your face.
Oh no. He best shut his face. Uh,
Yeah, I'll leave that between you two in the chat. But building off of that, what has it been like for you to be at NUW and as part of Proving Ground, and now obviously as part of the NUW roster?
um, to multitask PG and NUW,
Mm-hmm.
it's not bad. It's nice. I like doing it. It's great. It, one to get your name out there. Two to actually have fun while you're in the ring. Sometimes, unless Navan puts you against Field or Shadowgrim. We'll just say that.
Gotcha.
That's not too fun, especially when someone swantons on your back. That's not
Right.
fun.
So, what was it like for you to see all the guys show up at NUW for the King of the Yard tournament last spring?
Seeing them show up at the King of the Yard, that was. I honestly couldn't believe it, to be honest. Like, I thought I was, like, in a dream state, I would like to say. And it's just been. It was cool. It was a cool experience. Like, I definitely want to wrestle all of them. The
Yeah.
guys I met, like, Nick Somas, I'd love to get in the ring with. I'd love to get in the ring with Rick Rios. I'd love to get in the ring with Dustin Reagan. I'd love to get in the ring with Zach Daniels. Um, I've been in the ring with Yankee, I think, a couple times now. So
Yeah.
I'd love to get an actual singles match with Yankee
There
because
you go.
that'd be cool. Um, Alice went to ECW or KWA, whatever you want to call it. They were there once, I believe. Alice, Cyrus X. I know Jordan was there. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I've wrestled Midnight Moon. Actually, fun fact. That footage actually got lost. We'll put
Ah,
it that way.
yeah, gotcha.
And I was the champion at the time, and we'll just say that was an easy victory.
Gotcha. Judgment says that off of talking King of the Yard, Yankee and him will have their rematch from King of the Yard. I will say that was
Oh,
one of the best matches of the whole show, in my opinion. So, not the best, but one of them up there.
Yeah, that in my opinion, it went like because you never expect Cameron Jackson to hit Yankee with a Canadian in the ring.
right?
I seen that and I was like, oh my god, he hit him with a Canadian, and then a couple months later, Samael hit him with a Canadian. I was like, what?
Right?
Like it was nuts, and I was just sitting there. I was like, that's dope. All right, cool.
So, what did you
Unfortunately,
think of? Oh, go ahead, finish your thought.
unfortunately, I wasn't able to see that match in like person because ride issues. We had to go sadly,
Yeah,
but
I,
or not ride issues. I don't know what. Don't know if that was like day two that was recorded because I remember being there one day. So
mhm.
who knows when that took place, but it was
Yeah,
dope. I got to see it. It doesn't matter. It sucks it wasn't in person, but I got to see it.
right. So, what did you think of how the tournament overall went? Let's start with AK-47's experience there. What did you think of the issues he had with Naban throughout the entire tournament?
The issues he had with Navon throughout the entire tournament. Right? I liked it. I felt bad for AK. Like I just wanted to ball up my fist and punch Navon right in the forehead. I felt so bad for AK.
Yeah. And what did you think of AK and Cam being the final two?
AK and Camby in the final two. That was shocking actually to see that. It was something I wasn't expecting
Mm-hmm.
because Navon came out and started attacking AK and other bullshit that he was trying to pull.
Right.
But that happened. So, but yeah, that was a cool experience to actually see. Well, not watch in person, but to watch.
Yeah. And off of that, last thing for rumor has it there may be a King of the Yard 2. Would you be planning on going to that? And if so, and you had the choice, who would you choose for a first round opponent?
If I have the choice to go to King of the Yard too, I would honestly love to be in King of the Yard too. But my first round opponent, I would have to say, would most likely be. I want to say. Oh wow, that's a tough one. Because I have like five choices in my head, like right now.
Well, I'll let you think on that for a second as I tell you what Jason Atlas, who's now in the chat room, says. He's watching Rugrats and eating a Reptar bar.
Oh my god. I remember watching that show as like a 5-year old. That show was pretty cool. Um, I would have to say Drew Hood.
Nice. Interesting opponent to choose for a first round match.
I'd mainly say Drew because I want to get back at him for the north, south, east, west comment of his.
Yeah.
As funny as it was, I'm not even mad about it because it's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd still love to wrestle Drew.
So even though we've only seen you once in NUW, what do you think the future holds for you? Are we going to be seeing Stryker quite a bit more often in NUW? Do you think?
Um, yes, I definitely will be in NUW quite a bit, I believe. From here on up, I believe I'll be from NUW and PG flip flop.
Yeah, gotcha. And Atlas says, "Don't stop growing your hair, little merman."
Oh, you son of a bitch. All right.
So since we're on the topic of crossovers, and you kind of mentioned it too, VTW Reunion Rumble's right around the corner.
Yes, yes, it is. And
And
at
from what I'm,
and as I've said on Twitter, many men have said that they're gonna walk in there as a nobody and walk out as someone remembered. I'm walking in there to make VTW reunion my fucking bitch.
fair enough. Uh, Going into uncharted territories, or uncharted waters, as it would be for you, is there anyone specific that you got your eyes on that you'd like to get a chance to lock up with in the Reunion Rumble?
Chase, Tyler. I believe those are the VTW guys I lock up in the ring with. Maybe Dustin Reagan.
Okay.
And this is a very, very low possibility of this ever happening. Because I have not seen this man in a very long time. But Kevin Chambers.
Hey, Kevin the Impression.
I highly doubt he's ever going to go into the Rumble ever again. Because I believe he's done. There's no way he's making a return.
No way at
Everyone's
all,
like,
huh?
oh, he's going to come back and win the Rumble. No. I will put bad vibes on that. In the words of Casey James, I will put the bad vibes to that one.
So, wow. I go on. Atlas says the Reptar bar really does turn your tongue green. So my question is, did your hair eat a Reptar bar before that last NUW episode?
No, I was actually having a box of hair dye sitting in my house for almost. No, I actually went to the store and bought that, and then it was turquoise when I wrestled. I believe Victor Van Pelt in that one clip I sent you.
Yeah, I think so.
It was the long turquoise. I unfortunately had to cut it, hence why
Okay.
no hair.
Hey, J Joker says you should use the crossface as your finisher and call it Under the Sea.
Oh, aerial jokes now, huh?
Uh,
Uh,
Atlas wants you to spell turquoise.
why do you want me to spell turquoise?
Good question.
If he really wants me to, I'll spell it.
He tells me not to help you, so I can't help you, but he apparently wants you to spell turquoise.
Turquoise, I believe, if I'm correct.
Incorrect. Very close.
Oh, wow. Let me guess one letter.
One letter, yep. You missed one letter.
Damn, I was off by one.
It's Turquoise.
Like, damn, you threw me off.
Since we're on the topic of crossovers as well, we've seen some of the guys that you're very familiar with from time in KWA, ECW, whatever you want to call it, and DBW, appear at last year's Best in the Yard. Do you see Stryker appearing this year at Best in the Yard 4?
I most likely I most likely will be at Best in the Yard for. I will definitely try my hardest to go.
Do you have anybody in mind that you would like to face at Best in the Yard 4 if you had the choice?
If I had the choice to face someone at Best in the Yard 4, I have a list of like six. And keep it PGs on there. Kevin Shaw,
Nice.
DH and HD.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, I hate saying this, but sadly he's not going to be able to. Big time Mike. I love that. I've said this before. I think everyone's just complaining about the big time ankle lock because they're nothing but big time bitches.
Very well could be.
Dustin Reagan, I love to War Chops. I've heard they sucked.
Are you
I
sure you
I
want to get
I
stretched like?
somewhat think they do. I think they do.
I'm sure they do.
Then Cage. Cage is a he's definitely on that list.
Mhm.
He made my impression like him versus Cameron. Speaking of Cameron, Cameron's number six.
TJ,
I saved Gots for last.
gotcha. Atlas says you don't win that shiny new car.
Oh shit. I didn't know there was a car on the line. Fuck. I would have Googled that shit real quick.
All
Oh.
right. So now I'm going to put you on the hot seat here. Hey, it might not be too hot compared to you just named a bunch of people. You're in an elimination chamber match. Who are the 5 backyard wrestlers you're going to be in there with?
Oh shit. Shit. I hate singling people out for this too. Like I feel bad for picking the six. That's why I had six.
Okay.
Shit. Well, no offense, but like the first five. No, the five minus Kevin, because Kevin's got bigger things. So minus Kevin, the five I picked, yes, that would be the people in the elimination chamber match. I hate picking people too. Like
Yeah.
it not only annoys me, it just feels like I forget people that I actually want to wrestle.
So who do we say again? Dustin, Cam, Cage,
Drew, Big
Drew,
Time Mike.
Nick Time Mike. That's what I thought. So out of those 5 guys, I'm making your pick again. Who's the last guy you're eliminating to win the match?
Oh shit. Oh shit. Um. Oh god. Um. I believe Mike.
Nice.
I talk about Mike a lot during this, but like Mike has been my main focus for a little bit. But yeah, in my time with BYW, he's been like a focus of mine. Like I've been actually like studying, well, in a way, studying some things that he did, Drew did, Cameron did, um, even some old shit. Like I'll just watch BYW and like I'll watch it to the point where I'm like, all right, I definitely want to face him one day, and that's why it would have to come down to me and Mike. Also, Mike can throw me around like a rag doll very easily.
My mic's not working. There we go. All right. So off of that, it gives you a chance to say main event of best in the yard. Who's the one person not including those five guys, that you would step in there with to main event Best in the Yard?
To main event Best in the Yard,
Mm-hmm.
I'd I'd have to pick shit. I hate the hot seat. Shit.
Yep,
Huh. So this is how it feels.
that's how it feels.
Well, I'd have to say Kevin, actually. I'd have to say Kevin
Okay.
because Kevin Shaw likes to keep things PG. So
Indeed
you
he
know what
does.
I like to say? Fuck.
Right? Alright. Uh, so who else besides those six guys would you say are perhaps dream opponents that you have that you haven't been have never stepped in there with yet?
That I've never stepped in the ring with.
Yes.
Um, well, D Lock is one of them. It's D Lock. Like I said, sadly, this isn't going to happen, but big time.
Right. Like I said, other than the six guys you listed already.
All right. So I'll take that one back. There. All right. So I'm at one. D Lock. Chase Bridges. There's two. AK.
Nice.
Now it's coming down to the last two, and it's been weird.
Yeah, you don't have to
It's
list
weird.
fast, yeah.
Zach Daniels and Jamal Payne.
Nice. And Noah claims there's only about two people watching. There's that thing lies sometimes too. But if you guys got any other questions or comments, make sure you put them in that chat section here. We're gonna closing out here in about a little while here. Got a few more questions I want to ask. Seeming how you not a big fan of getting put in there with him. Would you step in the ring again with Shadow Grim if you had the opportunity to?
Yes, I walk in there more prepared than I was last time.
That'd probably be a smart thing to do. And also off of that, if you had the opportunity to face him, which one would you prefer? The King of the Mountain, Navon McDonald, would you rather step in the ring with? Or the Last Emotion, Novin?
We're just gonna go with the King of the Mountain of Von McDonald for right now because I'm more angry towards him than Novin. Him
I'd
having
just say
daddy
you better come
issues and
correct.
shit. Novon be having daddy issues and some shit, man.
Perhaps.
Like, I swear, his head needs to be on a pike because of what he did to me and putting me up against something I was not expecting.
All right. So, on the topic of NUW, before I get into Samael's question, um, who on the NUW roster would you like to get in the ring with?
Um, I'd like to get in the ring with Joseph Anthony again, actually. Because if you've watched KWA Battlefest, me and Joseph Anthony happened.
Yep. Wasn't that? Was it 1-on-1 or were you guys in a triple threat?
It was 1-on-1.
It was. I say I watched it. It was just quite a while ago,
Yeah.
almost a year if I remember right. Anybody else besides the current NUW undisputed champion?
The Pitbull Cordero, I believe it is.
Yep, DJ the Pitbull Cordero. That could be interesting. How about you and one half of the current NUW Tag Team Champions, Team Sweet 16s, David Lowell?
I would love to step in the ring with David Lowell.
I think that you guys probably do pretty good in a match together. He's one of the last
Whew.
guests I had on here, so nice guy to talk to. Uh,
Yeah, I believe I watched his, actually.
yeah, yeah. So, might ask you more about NUW, but we'll get into that in a minute. Samael says I should ask you about who was behind your Twitter account.
That was one time. That was one time. The rest of it's been me. That was one time. Because I couldn't type for shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave my phone to Samael. Because I
Whoops.
couldn't type for shit. I will admit this, but I am ashamed of this. I could not type for shit and I was losing.
Yeah,
Ugh.
good to know. So, as we're winding down, guys that you stepped in the ring with a lot of guys from KWA that are still around. Anyone of the guys from there that you would like to get in there with and have maybe another rivalry or just a one-off match with,
um,
or even guys that you might not have gotten a chance to work with much?
Shit. Well, Happy the Clown. I feel
Oh,
like that'd be something funny to do.
yeah.
I feel like that it turns serious to funny, like real fast.
Mm-hmm.
So Happy the Clown's on there. Maybe Dilvon Sane or Samael now, or formerly known as Gas Chamber.
Right. Apparently argued with himself and JJ Genovese on Twitter as you.
Yes. I will admit I was not the brightest of coming to words, and I couldn't type for my life. That was also like 3 months ago, and now I function in my own shit.
The Good Vibes Guru's got a little advice, I guess I could say, for you. He says, suck my balls, Stryker.
Never, you wrinkly bitch. That's exactly what I have to say to Casey James. Speaking of another Casey, actually,
Uh-oh.
is he going to be on this show?
Chambers?
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. Not anytime in the near future.
Damn. I not to be like a dick, but like I'd love to hear his backstory on how like he started wrestling.
Instead of bada boom, bass boom. Okay. Uh, Sammy House says bass boom. Most illiterate guy in the room. How you doing?
Oh my god.
Well, you won't be hearing that on WWE programming anymore or anything close to it.
Yeah, you won't be hearing that for a little while.
Nope. And Casey James, in all capitals, yelling at you pretty much. We don't talk about Casey Chambers.
All right, we don't talk about the other KC. Then what about the other KC?
Casey the Impression? Maybe. I have him on here before. That little
Oh,
guy.
that'd be ironic, or not ironic, but that'd be funny.
Just put Tiger Talks Wrestling with Casey Chambers. People think they're getting the changed Casey Chambers and they get the other one.
Yeah.
You mean Felony Chambers? What are you talking about, Jay Joker? He's not the one that got busted for drugs or whatever. Hilo was.
Oh, oh, jeez.
So, what do you think of the change, anyways, in BTW?
Huh. Well, you take the new Brotherhood, you make Judgment a little bit bigger, you make Roman fatter in a way, and then you keep Adam, but add muscle onto Adam. There you go. You got the new Brotherhood, or sorry, the change.
Yeah, yeah, their version of the New Brotherhood. In other words, is what you're saying. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. It's so like I point it out all the time. I'm just like, well, I don't point it out all the time, but I point it out to myself. I'm just like, you just make them lose meat on their bones, and they're literally the new Brotherhood.
Yeah,
Actually, the new Brotherhood has a fourth member, if I'm correct.
they do.
And what's his name? Mikey Nitro or something like that.
Right.
They're expanding. They're getting a little bit smarter. Not very much.
Well, who knows that Mikey Nitro will ever appear in DBW, but
Yeah, who knows with that one.
because he's here in Michigan like me. I don't know if he traveled there or not, but uh, Jay Joker says do a KC triple threat: Casey James versus Casey Chambers versus Kevin the Impression Chambers. Winner is the ultimate KC.
Slap it in a book, and that's a deal right there. I feel like that'd steal the show.
So, out of the guys that have been announced for the reunion rumble, even some that are not, is there anybody in there that you think that you would try to avoid in that match?
If I would try to avoid someone,
Mm-hmm. Like somebody that you might hope is eliminated before you get in there or whatever.
I would hopefully hope that Jason Atlas is out of there before I'm in there.
Oh, why is that?
Because he's got like this thing going on with him where he's just not here physically or mentally. He's not here.
True.
He closed up the door and said, "Goodbye, I'm going on vacation. Fuck you all." And then like this thing happened and I'm like, "No. I'm staying the hell away from you."
Yeah. Gotcha. See if he's in the chat room still, if he responds to that. Samael says, we didn't touch on this, but might as well. It did happen briefly. How was being in the PRD?
The PRD. Well, it was a cool experience, but like at the same time, it was like I was a learning experience too. And yes, it was short lived, as no, hmm, November Sacrifice was it?
Sure. No.
It was the last UWF event They left me fucking ringside.
Hmm. Yeah, I'd say it didn't turn out too well for you then.
No, no, it didn't. Never trust a colon because he can be an asshole.
Imagine that. Oh, so are there any other companies you see yourself possibly traveling to besides BTW, DBW, and NUW this year? And UWF, I'd imagine.
If I can get a ride, um, well, not if I can get a ride, if I can get money, I would like to come to the company that had When Worlds Collide. I can't.
NWF.
Yeah, because isn't that up by you?
Yes, it is.
I'd love to go there just to wrestle one time at least.
Yeah, and we'd gladly have you up here.
Hopefully, I get one chance to go up there.
I can tell you there'll be a When Worlds Collide too, but I can't tell you a date or anything right now. So,
All right,
because I'm very much involved with that company right now.
I will keep that one in my head about When Worlds Collide too.
Yeah, it's anything like last year. It'll probably be in early September.
All right.
Pull curtain back a little. All right. If you guys got any last comments or questions, put them in there real quick. We're gonna probably shut this down in the next 10 minutes. So get it done just before SmackDown Live goes on the air.
Oh shit! I forgot SmackDown was going on tonight.
Yeah, it's Tuesday night. Well, since you mentioned it, did you watch all of When Worlds Collide?
Did not watch all of it.
What have you seen from the show?
I think I seen like the beginning of it.
Oh, you missed the best parts of it. Shame.
I will be watching that app. Now that I mention it, I will be finishing that. It's a long time overdue, but I will be finishing that.
Well, you better. You get to see me refereeing a match on there.
Oh shit! Really?
Yes.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was an awesome experience. All right, I'll read Samuel's question. Definitely make sure you watch it. The last two matches pretty much saved that were the best parts of the show. So, especially the main event. Samuel says, "Can you explain your fascination with Coxzilla?"
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Okay. I'm gonna do another guy a solid because he'll be on here on Thursday night, and I know if he was in the chat room right now, he'd ask, "Pineapple or duck?"
What?
Pineapple or duck?
Pineapple. I don't know what this is supposed to mean, but pineapple.
I couldn't tell you either. It's just what the dark side likes to ask when he's in the chat room. Uh,
Oh,
that should tell you a little bit there. Samuel says lies, deception.
deception and lies is me telling the truth.
No. AJ Joker says sexual milk, Smiggy Balls chose pineapple.
Are you just gonna call me this now, Joker Designs? Huh?
You should.
Uh, next thing you know, I'm gonna be in the comments in the chat room, and look at Schmiggy Balls. Shit.
I wouldn't be surprised. There's a few people that were in here that have seen it. And Samuel says it's going to be a meme, which I'm sure he will do.
Probably.
Yes.
Probably.
right. And Jay Joker says, dude, I'll bring a sign if you are best in the yard four saying Smiggy Balls.
Oh my God. If he comes to Biddy 4 and has a Schmiggy Ball sign, I would look at him and I'd tell him, I'm not saying this to be an asshole, but fuck you.
I think it'd make do it.
He'd make me laugh so hard. Not funny. I'd look at him and I'd be smiling the entire time, trying to keep a straight face.
Jay says, fuck you too, brother.
I seen the fuck you two coming. You know what? You would.
But yeah. So is there anybody else you want to mention or talk about here before as we're wrapping things up here? Anything or anyone or any match or whatever?
Um, I'd have to say when I met the Dark Side, he was pretty cool. Because I believe I met him at I met him somewhere. I can't remember where, but he was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He seemed cool. And like I'd love to work a match with Darkseid. Definitely.
Yeah.
And speaking of him, you should totally ask him pineapple or duck.
Don't worry. I will.
You should also ask him what that means.
Speaking of, Darkseid's now in the chat room. And
Wow, is he really?
I'll get to his question in a minute. First, Samael says, you want to talk about Samael because everyone loves him.
Yeah, Sam, I am go cook me some green eggs and ham, Dr. Seuss, for you.
Right. The Dark Side says, I heard this guy got caught finger banging the Easter Bunny. Care to elaborate?
This did not happen. What? What are you smoking, bro? Oh my god. I laughed, and I was not even trying to. Oh shit. This show is definitely not PG when Darkseid comes on it.
Oh, no. That's
Kevin will hate that one.
I don't know that Kevin watches a whole lot of them anyways, but yes, you would hate that one.
Oh
You wouldn't
god,
be too
yes.
fond of this one either with all the F-bombs you're dropping. So.
Oh yeah. But fuck 50 miles a minute. Yeah. Or 50 times in a minute.
Yeah. So, what does the future look like for you as it comes to backyard wrestling for the rest of this year and beyond? And do you have any pro aspirations?
Yeah, I plan on going pro hopefully. Either 20 at the end of 2019, 2020, or mid 2020.
Okay.
And BYW so far, we'll just see where the wind takes me, in other words.
Gotcha.
Because if it'll take me north, or I shouldn't even say that, but if it'll take me higher than high, I'll take it. If it'll take me to where I'm at now, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. The dark side says at ECW, probably when I was Mikado.
Oh, yeah. God, I forgot about that. Yeah, most likely, actually. Probably. No, I met him, I think, a time before that. But that's the time I actually got to talk to him.
Yeah. Jay Joker says independent sensations, Mickey Balls. That screams ROH World Champion.
Oh my god. No, since he has an obsession with Smiggy balls, I'm just gonna yell it in a match, and I'm just gonna kick someone right in the face. Since he is just a mention of it, I'm legit gonna look at this. I'm just gonna use it now. You, bro. I'll just say that now. I'm using it for my matches.
All right. Darkseid says, "Oh wait, that was Stryker with an I."
Oh my god, they spelled my name wrong. I thought on that one. I think I'm not too sure. It's always been with a Y. I think they just spelled it with an I.
Yeah. In all seriousness, Darkseid says, "Stryker, you have grown a hell of a lot since he first saw you."
Oh my god, yeah. What was I in jeans and boots? Like Yankee met me. Shit.
And he also mentions we will definitely lock up next year. He says,
All right, I'm down. Are you gonna bring the kitchen sink?
"Oh Lord." Ah,
Because he always mentions a kitchen sink.
yep. He brings it.
Just like pineapple or actually, how about this? Pineapple or duck?
Yeah, I asked him that already if he didn't catch it, Darkseid. He's asking you now, though. And Casey says, "You know what, Stryker? Fuck you."
Don't you start using my own lines against me, you son of a bitch.
And Samael says, "That Mothra, I'm sure. Moths, sorry. That's at the end. Gonna kick your ass."
Oh, okay, Bruce.
All right. So, from what we know, the next time we'll see you, obviously, Total Domination 3 and the 10-man Battle Royal to determine the
Yes.
number one contenders champion. And, of course, in the VTW Reunion Rumble coming up. Uh, what else? Well, Proving Ground, I'm sure you'll be on as well. Anything else
Yes, I
coming
will
up
be on
soon?
proving ground.
Yep.
And I believe if my back's feeling it, I will be back for episode 3 of NUW to specifically take my anger out on Navan because he is a son of a bitch. And I need payback for that. That's not fair.
Right. So this is the point where I tell you this is your last chance to get any last words out before we close out the show.
Well, actually, I just want to say thank you for having me on your show.
Well, you're welcome. Thanks for coming on the show.
No problem. I had time to do it. I was like, you know what? All right.
And I'll mention that here real quick. Make sure you thank the fans too, because they did vote for you.
Oh yeah. For the people who voted, um, yeah, it was pretty cool coming on here. Actually, I kind of wish y'all didn't vote me, but at the same time, I'm thankful you did. My story. Now, hopefully, in a couple months from now, he does another poll like that with the other guys and vote for them. Vote who you want to actually hear from.
Darkseid says I asked the question, so he's not going to answer that question. Well, he'll
Oh, that son of a bitch.
so tune in Thursday to find out.
I will tune in Thursday.
And Casey says, "Heard there's a big return at that Total Domination. Stryker's going down." And also mentioned, "Stryker, you're not chronic."
Being chronic isn't chronic. And he will understand that.
Okay. And J Joker finishes, "I voted you with the pure intent of coming up with your new name, Smiggy Balls."
Yo, I guarantee everyone voted for me because of the weird hairstyles I've had and the weird colors I've had in my hair over the time. And I guarantee that was supposed to be one of the questions. I've been literally every color in the rainbow, so it's good.
Right. All right. Then again, thanks for coming on. Had fun here today. I'm sure everybody in the chat room seemed to as well. So, um, this is the part where I plug my upcoming shows before we close out. Make sure you guys tune in this Thursday night. Wow. This Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time in 48 hours when I have the dark side on here for Q&A. Make sure you guys get your questions in either during or before that. I'll get to it, Jason. Don't worry. And then Friday night, be doing the NXT Takeover uh, Philadelphia prediction show. And Saturday night, I will be having a Royal Rumble prediction show. If you want the times, just check on Twitter. Jason Atlas says, "You look like an uncircumcised penis with that hat on."
Oh my god, this dude, I will wreck your shit in that ring. I swear to God.
And Casey Jane says, "Oh, you picked a good day to get fucked up."
I picked a good day to get fucked up, yeah. When you gotta fuck me up?
That's the question. Now I'll let you two hash that out on Twitter because I'm closing out the show. To you again, thanks for coming on. It's been fun, Stryker. And like I said, I think everybody else had fun too. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and say your goodbyes, and then I'll take us out.
I have been. This has been Tony Talks Wrestling with me, obviously. So,
Tiger.
like, thank you for watching. Oh, it's Tiger Talk. Shit. All
Yeah.
right. Tiger Talks Wrestling with me. Like I said, obviously. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time on Thursday.
Yeah, and Jason Atlas, sorry it's not a VTW Reunion Rumble prediction show. It's the Royal Rumble prediction show, but no problem. And I do hope you still watch. Um, but yeah, that's it for us. We'll see you guys on Thursday night. Been a blast. Peace.